Good morning, everyone. I'm Edna Matsuoka, Commissioner Wahiawa. Thank you for joining us in person or online on Facebook Live. We'll be now conducting the Autumn Memorial Service for our ancestors and beloved deceased. Please join us in prayer. Ichido, hi. Mediation prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Tiang Konko Daijin, sincerely and wholeheartedly each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Tiang Konko Daijin Sama, Tiang Konko Daijin Sama, Tiang Konko Daijin Sama, Tiang Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of our divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray, the
Prince of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth, the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth, the truth that borders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Tenchi no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To hear Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, greatest Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing, and began a life of mutual fulfillment of harmony and humanity. Humbly we pray, the divine parent's great wish was thus fulfilled. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of harmony and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth. And he knocked the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who have suffered. And he
heeded not the dawning of day. The years passed and the world changed. He did not fail upon his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of Dharma prosperity, the way of meditation of Yami Konko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all our habits, sources world, through healing body and soul, the way of meditation teaches us to turn our heart to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of meditation teaches us to pray with total trust. Forgiving and aware of divine favor, we offer sincere apologies and let you mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a lifeful purpose. Come here to fulfill us. We are fulfilling coming. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami restore true peace in the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Digital Payday feedback has been framed.
First, we made a message for the annual autumn new service. In the second Konko Tenchi Kaino Kami, on the Konko Wahiawa and Yasu Yang, rather than say foreign prayer. We gather here for the annual autumn new service on this day, September 20, 2020. For the service, we seek to honor and extend a whole appreciation for the eternal spiritual work of the deceased ministers, family members, and friends who became the foundations of blessed lives. As Henry's Konko Wahiawa, I feel honored to serve this community for 43 years after succeeding the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, who founded this church at the branches of Konko Mission Hall, 1940. We took all the blessings through this church and the righteous line of divine mediation initiated by Founder Konko. In the absence of the Konko office, we have been receiving their blessings from the time of ancestors and to our descendants. We receive blessings for living and even after we pass away. And the Founder Konko stated, know that heaven and earth will be your eternal home. You are living and even after you die. In memory and respect toward our deceased ministers, family members, and friends, we pray that the virtue became Konko Tenchi Kaino Kami in name and eternal to be fulfilled and at peace. We have come thus far be able to hold 80th anniversary celebration of church in Wahiawa on March 15, 2020. It has been possible through divine guidance and support all the people who have ever been connected to this church. And Midama Spirit, we sincerely ask the divine Konko and Midama Spirit for your support and guidance for engagement in pursuit of that peace. Please let us help each other and guide people who live life inside through the virtue of Konko Tenchi Kaino Kami. And we know to people that they can attain fulfillment in life through their own engagement in the practice of peace. Konko related practice peace, even The spirit of the ancestor will be able to rest in peace because you receive my blessings through your practice of this. The blessing you have received stay with you forever. Therefore, you should build as large foundation of blessings as possible during your life. We continue to extend our prayers for places in the world that are experiencing hardship due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, governance, pollution, and any other elements. We also pray that the unprecedented like the coronavirus pandemic will stabilize and will be able to regain our normal lives when we take for granted all those years. Dear Tenchikai no Kami has allowed us to be of service to you in helping others. Our utmost expression of thanks or blessings we'll be able to enjoy. Our divine plan of the universe reminds us no one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth, which enable people to live. Kami shall our people become aware of the blessings of heaven and earth. We have a Konko like a bomb from the world. The sun shines every country without exception. Finally, we pray that the perfect service is yet all persons, including those who join the service through the live stream and those who could not be able to join the service.
Now look at your please. Recitation of Tenchika Kitsuke, page 6.
いやみ本校大臣天地金の神真理にあれおかげは我が心にあり本月本日へ頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart beyond the coming. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day we pray. 生きがみ本校大臣天地金の神真理にあれおかげは我が心にあり本月本日へ頼め Pray sincerely with all your heart beyond the coming. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray.
Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above.
We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above.
We bow our heads in prayer for our hearts rich and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. In the nation of young Konko Daijin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine current embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generation. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, we honor the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29.
仰ぎ祭れば天高く
仰ぎ祭れば天 高く愚かみ祭ればちは厚し神の恵みに生かさるるみの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の本当に過ぎとにもかくる時のなく天地の神の守りとはきかきの描きなしかに慈しみはよろずよにあまねくみじて果てしなくかんはからいはくすしくて人の思いの及ばざる我ら今月今日やりまついてひたすらに神の御りをたたえますらん神の秀礼を仰ぎますらん
一度入り一度入りNikama Prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are getting the gift of right in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully each according to the span of the years. You be remembered eternally. Your life be held from generation to generation, on the foundation of our society and the roots of our families. Through the mysterious workings of Kami, you enter the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko, respecting the will of the divine throne. You amass great mystery of faith to take the world beyond, and lead to your descendants. Our gratitude is bound with your loving favors. We really as the Christians without our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us fulfill our tasks as people without fading. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we never lose the way of faith, that we hand it down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us.
Okay.
喜怒悲悲 We bow our heads in prayer.
Autumn Minister Saishi Prayer. Yamdana the Prime Minister of Konko Wahiawa, the late Reverend Konko Takahashi, and ministers closely related to the church, the Reverends Masataro Ifuyasake Konko Church of Ama, the Reverends Masayuki Ikikue Konan, Reverend Masayuki Yoshino of Konko Mission no Hon, the Reverends Hidejiro and Toshiko Kosato of Konko Church of Kawanoshi, And we don't want all the people who have ever been guarded and collected the Konko Wahiawa and became foundations of blessed lives. 高橋伝次の御霊の神、高橋の御霊の神、宮本朝次郎の御霊の神、宮本朝イラスメの御霊の神、高橋の御霊の神、高橋根人の御霊の神、フランシス重の高橋の御霊の神、高橋の家の御霊の神、矢野の家の御霊の神、矢野正兵衛の御霊の神、矢野東介の御霊の神、矢野梶代の御霊の神、矢野沢井の御霊の神、矢野石郎の御霊の神、矢野信子の御霊の神、矢野正隆、真心、奥の御霊の神、矢野高彦の御霊の神、吉岩健六の御霊の神、吉岩慶の御霊の神、吉岩文武の御霊の神、山本美久の御霊の神、池本の家の御霊の神、池本茂の牛の御霊の神、本一夫の家の御霊の神、松岡の家の御霊の神、東郷次郎わらびの御霊の神、海安代いらすみの御霊の神、中野源次の御霊の神、中野初御霊の神、中野真央の御霊の神、中野正の御霊の神、竹島正代の御霊の神、竹島上地の御霊の神、山本氏とトーマスの御霊の神、山本和のヒルナ御霊の神、山本ブルース民との家の御霊の神、山本グレンの家の御霊の神、山本デインの家の御霊の神、イリス魂の家の御霊の神、イリス藤尾魂の御霊の神、孫田魂の御霊の神、樋口大使の御霊の神、樋口一重の御霊の神、麻生作の御霊の神、麻生漁師の家の御霊の神、広田知恵の御霊の神、リチャード万吉弘田の御霊の神、広田女医純子の家の御霊の神、山口良司リチャードの家の家の御霊の神、イエスin I know what you know. Jason, Patricia, Atsu, you know, Lucio, Randy, Asumi, you know, Lucio, Ben, Lucio, Fernie, Shimada, Yuka, Hiramo, Kiro, Ushino, Hiramo, Koji, Ushino, Shima, Lucio, Ushino, Shima, Sato, Toji, Yoshino, Yoshi, Toji, Toda, Kiroko, 広田万寿司の御霊の神、広田寿司の御霊の神、広田よしこの御霊の神、ローレンス八重子広田の御霊の神、ローティー貞子広田の御霊の神、ロバート吉和広田の御霊の神、吉原正夫の御霊の神、吉原達の御霊の神、吉原の家の御霊の神、林田貞夫の家の御霊の神、林田林平の御霊の神、林田四季の御霊の神、林田素直の御霊の神、林田康の御霊の神、神田保の御霊の神、神田岩石の御霊の神、神田千代目の御霊の神、重雄川崎の御霊の神、千里川崎の御霊の神、豊福博の家の御霊の神、豊福清介の御霊の神、豊福克美の御霊の神、ある新明智子の家の御霊の神、ベントあるの家の御霊の神、これ家の家の御霊の神、ある正治の御霊の神、野口忠義ビシャーの御霊の神、野口イギリス辻屋の御霊の神、日野口の家の御霊の神、野口宗次郎の御霊の神、野口玉の御霊の神、野口英介の御霊の神、野口議員の家の御霊の神、牧島テレスイアンの家の御霊の神、諏訪俊フランシスの御霊の神、諏訪美津子の御霊の神、東馬シャーロンの家の御霊の神、キエス大石トマの家の御霊の神、そうジェーンの家の御霊の神、クインベリースワの家の御霊の神、上原静子の御霊の神、静子の御霊の神、上原義俊王の御霊の神、岩佐の家の御霊の神、岩佐姫の御霊の神、岩佐秀子ミルの御霊の神、岩佐勇の御霊の神、岩佐正夫リチャーの御霊の神、岩佐敏夫牛の御霊の神、宮武美濃浦の御霊の神、名前しイルスの御霊の神、名前し藤尾リチャーの御霊の神、前坂あやめの御霊の神、前坂広一の御霊の神、 プリティ富江舞坂の御霊原田潮の御霊原田つゆ子の御霊神主終わりの御霊増永見えの御霊大型千代の御霊藤本秀夫の御霊藤本春子の御霊藤本伊藤の御霊宮本美鶴の御霊宮本利美の御霊高橋清香の御霊高橋千里の御霊平野正の御霊玉根口はじめの御霊玉根口黒月御霊上野正の御霊園田清の御霊園田木間の御霊上野よし子の御霊有川松代の御霊柳田和の御霊知事の綾子の御霊広島新一の御霊アリス山本家の御霊山本バスの御霊山本信子の御霊山本照之の御霊山本静江の御霊大型正雄の家の御霊大江正樹の家の御霊金光義人の御霊大本義行の御霊大本美砂子の御霊大本家の御霊茶のパンの家の御霊パーツの家の御霊キャラバンの家の御霊ウエダスの家の御霊フェリアの家の御霊コロの御霊エリスタアルバロの御霊アレサンドロキャラバンの御霊マキシロザロラドロザの御霊江口シエの御霊江口サイシの御霊ジャネキミエバガの御霊小野朝子セセジアの御霊ソロモンの家の御霊ロビオマーシャの家の御霊キメの家の御霊犬は広本の御霊ハルミと雲との御霊アイリーオーシンの御霊ショーンウルデンの御霊鉄彦ジローマーズの御霊バンドアンクの御霊片岡八幸の御霊鈴木マスの御霊両本志子の御霊動物園三上家の御霊白木京子の御霊ミリアム谷の御霊タメカブライアン御霊のハスポリンウェバーの家の御霊イロケッパーカイマニジェームズファインの御霊デイビッド世紀岡の御霊名で千代子岡の御霊ポール・アキタの御霊マーク・ペロン・ジュリアの御霊ロバート・クボの御霊秀子・秀樹タイプの御霊クボの御霊上中茂久美子の家の御霊の上中福石の御霊の上中末子御霊の大沢ボスケの御霊大沢美年の御霊大沢石正の御霊宮坂屋根の家の御霊堂間天子桂の御霊ドナウ武志桂の御霊広志桂の御霊ユジニオエルミの家の御霊トワレスオースンの御霊レベカ・ジーン・ブルンスの御霊マーガレット・オキムの家の御霊ジャン・ヒロマスの家の御霊フラガキミコ・ヒロマスの御霊キマ・山下の御霊ワンディ・山本の御霊ケイ・山本の御霊吉田氏・メガラの御霊フレデリック・マイコール・コン・ジの御霊サン・シムの御霊ナンシー・チエコ・大山の御霊娘で辰巳大山の御霊キャソリン・竹子・川の地の御霊浅江・ラバーの御霊フランシスコ・ロレン御霊アベリのローデン御霊テリー・アン・博士・シール御霊キャソリン・スミコ・アラキの御霊サリー・中野家の御霊グレッ・サナコ・ヤサカの御霊愛媛の上院聖地若島俊也の御霊 寺田祐介の御霊の野本克也の御霊の井口武史の御霊の牧沢博の御霊の中田淳の御霊の折谷俊美の御霊の西田博の御霊の瀬川博隆の御霊のThe Vidal speak. There are people who are ever being guided according to this church through the course of the operation of this church in the last 8 years. Dear best brothers, we have gathered here today, September 20, 2020 observance of the annual Autumn Renewal Service in renewed remembrance, honor, appreciation, and praise for those who came before us and became the foundation of the blessed lives. On behalf of the Konko Mission Wahiawa and Yasuhiro Yan, we want to say for you, Dear Itama, each of us has been born in this world through the grace and love Tenchi Kaino Kan, the divine universe. From the moment of conception into our lives, we have been able to sustain our lives in blessedness to Tenchi Kaino Kan, on divine pure. We all become the spiritual food upon departing from our physical existence. Upon the Konko line statement, all who are living between heaven and earth are blessed to Tenchi Kaino Kan. Even after death, we shall also receive the blessings of Tenchi Kaino Kan, whether we are living or dead. We must remember that heaven and earth will only be our home. As such, Konko line showed us that there is a best relationship in that event. Let us always remember that the blessing of the divine parent transcends time, space, and place. Upon the Konko line statement, the light that the sun sharpens is a divine blessing. The rain that falls is a divine blessing as well. All humans are also to live in the midst of divine blessings. People are born with divine blessings, live with divine blessings, and die with divine blessings. And Damas, revelatory acknowledge, and through the virtue became Konko line, and Tenchi Kaino Kan, as well all the Damas, that he was to enjoy our blessed life. So divine arrangements, divine guided to Konko pure peace in one another, and the final reading. Faith begins with a fortunate encounter and a twist of fate. We forever offer humble respect and sincere gratitude to all the Vitamans with deepest appreciation. The beginning of the church, you are here, enjoy today's service for the live streaming. Remember the appreciation of your work and contribution. God bless you. Please accept the many offerings especially for you and sincere prayers also. We extend our prayer and thanks for your special work as you help, guide, correct, comfort us in time of need. In community service, we extend our deep appreciation and heart gratitude for enabling us to appreciate the church for the last 8 years. In blessedness, we could observe the 80th anniversary celebration of this church on March 15, 2020. This could not have been possible if it were not for you. We pray that through your virtue and Tamano Kami, the Konko faith will pass on from generation to generation. The true blessings of our faith will be realized by many. Thank you again for not you.
Nhau được ảnh Yamaguchi offering by the members of the congregation.
Yoion no Wahiawa wanga ien no kami wanga kami to kokoro tsukushite itsukimasu ranna kokoro tsukushite itsukimasu ranna kono kimi oya no kami tachi o umi no kono tame ni no ashira o shizume date tamai hatsu kono tame ni yo no nari waよ守り助けたまい隠りよのみよの境にましませどもみ美しみのみ心は写しよに変わらせたまわぬ先にたまのまさき草木はえたまいくしみたまのくしみに恵みたまいて心なしはまきのわしらの動きなくなり愛は結ぶつなべのゆるぎなく真心清らに励み努めしめたまいゆからやからやわらぎ愛で日にけにうらやすく楽しましめたまいついに移しよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい美しみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の祈りの絶えなるおかしこみかたじけなみに親の恵みのおぼろげならぬを嬉しみ喜び申すこと御心もすぐやかに聞こ示したまえと申すアナクシシのみのやのみたまアナクシシのみのやのみたまアナトのみのやの神アナトのみのやの神人入り
Good morning. Thank you for attending the autumn memorial service today. My sister and my parents asked me to say something since I missed the service. Since I didn't do it the last time because I went straight out and sat down. So I guess recently, since this is memorial service, it's gonna sound totally random, but every time I go to the beach and when I'm in the water, I always see a turtle that comes right next to me and pops his head up. Every time I look at that scene, I don't think that the turtle's probably random, but every time I see that, I just feel like I'm reminded that somebody is always watching over me all the time. That's what I felt, especially when I saw that. My sister asked me if you can have one person be reborn again or to come back to life again, who would it be? And I said no one, because I don't want any. I guess everybody is gonna die. You cannot cheat death. The best thing that I felt you could do is to treat everyone good, be kind and caring to others, and to try to live your life to the best you can live it today, because you just never know when. You never know. I say the same thing over and over and over again. So you never know when you're gonna die, or when somebody's gonna die. So even like your loved ones, just try to treat them good. Try to be happy around them, so you have good memories of them. You know, when their day comes, basically. So that's what I felt when I was thinking about the memorial service. It's just a lot of people are dying now. A lot of people have regrets of not doing this, not saying something. I wish I could have done this. I wish I could have done that. But you can always start from today, and to treat people good. That's basically what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. A little bit closer here. Thank you for joining us for our autumn memorial service in appreciation, honor, and remembrance of the deceased loved ones, our friends, our family, and all the people that shaped us to be the way we are, who have passed away.
this is a really special day. We have these memorial services twice a year. And if you can just take just a little portion of your day to join us via Facebook or in person, that will be your osanae, your offering of your time to these people, to just say thank you to them. And then so the energy of you and the deceased will be exchanged, and you'll be energized. You'll feel really happy within. Your soul will feel really happy. Just a few days ago, me and my mom were cleaning downstairs in the basement, and I took down my Bluetooth speaker, and I was listening to some pop music, Billie Eilish, and I was trying to sing some songs. But then my mom also came down, and I switched the music. I switched it to old folk songs of Japan, and these were the songs that we were singing. We used to sing during chorus group practice. Me and my mom, and Misuko Sensei, Kawara-san, and Tamaki-san, and the song Oborozukio came on, and Furusato, and these are really nostalgic songs that we used to always practice during chorus. And me and my mom was okay, let's sing, let's practice again, chorus. So we were singing Oborozukio, and the first verse of the song, we were just overcome with emotion. Oh wow, we just couldn't stop crying. I was like, what is going on? And it's because we thought of Mitsuko Sensei, Mitsuko Yasutake Sensei of Wahiawa Church, who recently passed away on May 1st this year. And just so much memories, because we were so close to her. We miss her so much. We also have a wooden beam downstairs in the basement. And when I looked at that wooden beam, I cried even more, because Mitsuko Sensei used to always lean against that post. And while she was rolling mochi for us for a mochi marathon, she used to come every year if she was feeling good. And she almost never missed it. And it just reminds me of those times she would help us with those. And she just enjoyed every moment. So that made me cry, and we just talked stories about her again. And we just sat down and we just talked story about Mitsuko Sensei, and it just brought great memories all over again. So do you have a loved one that you care about so much that you pray for their spiritual well-being even after they pass away? Now, who is that special person of yours? So I asked David this question, I asked all my close people. If one deceased person can come back to life for one 24-hour day, how would you spend that day with that individual? What would you do with that person? It's so hard just to choose one person, yeah? Because as you get older, you meet more and more people in your life that touch your life in so many ways. I chose Mitsuko Sensei. She recently passed away, and the memories with her were so fresh. So yeah, and I miss her dearly. And my mom and I would think about her really often. Now, how would I spend my day with her? Well, I would take her to Toma Karaoke and gather all my chorus group members, and we just sing the night away with our favorite food, like a platter of fresh sushi, oden, pizza, potato salad, sekihan, roast duck, and a container of anmitsu. One of Mitsuko Sensei's last phrases when she was passing away was, "It's too bad we couldn't go to Toma Karaoke and have our annual chorus group party." And then she'd say to my mom, I love the song Kono Hiroi no Hara Ippai, sung by Ryoko Moriyama. And my mom and her, she sang while she was in the bed. And I asked several people, not actually several, I talked to and texted like 28 people. I got a response from 15. Thank you for responding. The same question of how or who do you choose to have them come back for one day, and how would they spend with them? What kind of day they would spend. So I got some really amazing responses that even brought tears to my eyes while I read it. So I'm sure that the Mitama spirit that were mentioned will be really happy to hear that their name was called. Can you imagine? my good friend, Reverend Dr. Ta Takahashi from San Diego Church, he said he would like to meet his aunt again, Reverend Haruko Takahashi. He had never met her in person. He said he would take her out for breakfast so they could sit down and talk leisurely, get to know her, find out if he is making her proud, and what he can do to improve, to be the best damn minister in KC. Then take her to Honolulu Church. And after that, he would go to a pedicure. And Haruko Sensei would get a pedicure and a manicure. And Ta Sensei would want to spoil her, just as he did with his other aunt, Frances Takahashi. He would also keep on talking to her. Then he would take her out for lunch and have his parents join him. And take her to wherever she wants to go. He would take her so that he could talk to her more and more. And then at night, he would surprise her with her family, with his family. Have a big family dinner with all his ohana who knew her and who also didn't know her. And give them a chance to talk with her, ask questions, and get to know her. And then later, let her go. I asked Joanne Sensei, Reverend Joanne Tolosa Sensei of San Francisco Church. She said she would choose the fourth Konko-sama, Reverend Kagami Taro Konko. Because if you ever go to Gohonbu and do otodoke at Konko-sama, they don't say many words to you, really. And then the fourth Konko-sama would only say to her, Kekko desu, which means, okay, I received your request. And that's all, he wouldn't say anything. But that year when he passed away, that January, Joanne Sensei said that he talked to her for a good 5 minutes. And 5 minutes, believe me, is a very long time to talk with Konko-sama. So what Joanne Sensei would go and spend some time with him and just listen to what he was trying to tell her, the full message of what he was trying to convey to her. So special. And I texted another friend who replied, if I could bring back one person, it would be my mom. We would spend the day talking as how life is in heaven, if she can be by my side when I call for her, or what life is like in heaven, and have her meet her grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Also cook and share recipes and have her give me an updo. I guess she had a really great talent to do an updo for the hair. And then take her shopping and then parting with a hug. A physical hug is only possible when we're physically alive. So remember the warmth you felt from a good hug from a loved one. Usually moms give the best hugs. I texted one of the church members and her response was, it would definitely be my grandma. I was super close to her, especially the last 5 years. We would spend the day eating her favorite foods and maybe even meet up in Japan so that I could see some of the things that she wanted me to see. We were supposed to go to Japan after high school, but she joined the army. So if she'd meet her again, she would record her. I thought that was a really, a clever, really, that's an unusual answer. I never thought of doing that. Recording them when they come back to life one day. And tell all the family stories and stuff that she experienced throughout her life. My brother Rodney Sensei said he would spend time with Grandpa Masataka and spend time farming with him, doing some farming work. Another person texted me back and she said she would like to meet up with Jesus Christ. So she can go around with him and have him smack people on their heads and, smack some senses into some people. Like, I didn't teach you that. I didn't teach you that. Thought that was pretty hilarious. I asked a few other people and I found something really common in most of their responses. It was about eating together and talking stories, asking questions. People had a strong connection to those who shared a great passion. Whether it's food, dance skills, and their kindness and generosity, these are all the things that are important in life. Not your level of education, not how much money you were able to make or save in your lifetime, not by the number of likes you used to get on Facebook. Those things don't matter anymore. It's how you treated people. In the end, people only remember how you made them feel. It's the kindness. My brother Rodney said the deeper your connection to an individual, the more it hurts when we lose them. And going back to the topic of food, when we lose a loved one we associate with good food. We eat the food they love, our hearts get full of emotion as we think about them, right? In Hawaii especially, we love our food. We connect people with food. Certain people in our lives made the best of certain food. I remember one of our church members, Mrs. Chieno Hirota-san, she made the best potato mac salad. And I can never recreate the taste. I wish I got that recipe. Maybe it's a family secret, but it was the best potato mac salad. And during my high school graduation, she made me a big bowl to enjoy with my family. So I'll never forget that. Now my mom makes the best anko, and my dad makes the best curry. While they are still alive, I have extracted the recipes from them, and I have saved it to my email. I printed it out. I kept it in a safe place. And although I'm never sure who will go first, because my mom always says, "Dochi ga saki ni iku ka wakaran kara na," meaning you never know who's going to go first. Well, at least I have some peace of mind and comfort knowing that I have their most amazing recipes if they were to go before me. Recreating the foods that our loved ones used to make, makes you feel as if they are here, and it brings back really good memories. Yeah. So a couple of months ago, I was watching NHK World, and it was about this chef who owned her own restaurant, but she was so stressed out, working so many hours and days, that she got burned out mentally, and she quit. And what she did instead was recreate recipes of people who passed away. Mm-hmm. Some people, they don't even have the recipe. They just tell the chef, "Oh, it tasted like this. It had this kind of texture," and as much detail of that dish as they can. And that chef has a talent to recreate that dish. So the chef said that that this new job that she created was far more rewarding line of work to be able to move people to tears from a single dish. I mean, her dish, her recreation were so spot on that the people she made them for, that the people that requested were moved to tears. They just started bawling. I know it was hard to just choose one person you like to spend the day with, but whoever you chose, I know you had a deep spiritual connection with them. They showed you how to live by action. Actions speak louder than words, right? You can never sever a spiritual bond. Cherish these people who you can connect to on a spiritual level. If they are alive now, do your best to learn from them. Be kind to them. Spend quality time with these people. Some people we have never met, like one of the people I want to come back to life is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. For all that discord that's happening throughout the world right now, I would want to have him do like a public speech, and just set out all our minds straight. I really would want to see that. But anyway, some people also we never met them before, but we want them to come back to life for one day. And we want to squeeze out any kind of wisdom that we can use. And we want to spoil them and make them feel appreciated, right? All these thoughts you have of them are directed at them as pure energy. So, and they will feel it. They will respond to you if you pay close attention. Just like David Simpson mentioned about the turtle that comes to him when he goes surfing. He may think it's random, but it might not be random at all. He might be indeed a spirit that's come to guide him. Well, I cannot imagine how happy the deceased people are knowing that you would want them back to spend a full day with them. If I were dead, and I hear someone say, I want to choose Edna to spend the day with, I'll be like, whoa, did you just call my name? And I'll be like so happy, like, oh man, somebody actually cares about me even if I'm dead. So, imagine how that would happen, how your deceased loved one feels if you call, just remember their names, reminisce about them. So it would be that person that cares for others, and one day there will always be somebody that will care for you. Be like a self-sustainable tree. You blossom into a beautiful flower, enjoy life to its max. And then we all drop dead one day, right? We drop dead to the ground. Then we decompose. But we're not useless, right? We decompose, but we're not useless. We're not trash. We add nutrition back to the tree again. Your contribution to the roots to sustain the tree. And the cycle continues on and on and on. That's the beauty of a never-ending cycle of life. Life never ends. I think it just keeps cycling again and again. Acknowledge a tree's beauty, but remember that its roots are the ones that play a big role in its overall health of the tree. A healthy tree will have healthy roots. Similarly, if we cannot be happy, healthy, and prosperous without acknowledging our ancestors and all the people that helped shape our lives, we just lose that connection. Have to be connected. If things are generally not going well for you, take the time to assess your roots. Go back to the origins of your existence, because even if one ancestor in your family tree, 100,000 ancestors, did not exist, you would not be here today. Remember that. So even one little encounter with an individual, not even blood related, did not happen to you. Your life may not be how it is today. So go and visit the people's graves, offer flowers. You can even come to the church, offer flowers to the Mitama altar in their honor. Make an altar in your home, place a picture of them. When you go traveling, take your picture along with you, or some kind of like a memento that reminds you of them. You will feel their presence wherever you go. Spirits like to be remembered. Whenever my husband and I, we go traveling overseas, like Japan or like Maui, we go to his mother's niche, and there's a folded paper crane, a red origami tsuru, and I made that several years ago, and Clayton always remembers to take it and put it carefully in his wallet, and we go traveling with, as if we're taking the mom along with us. And after we return from our trip, we go back to the niche, return the orizuru back to where it was placed, and offer osenko and say thank you for coming along with us. Today is a service to remember and take the time to think about the roots of our existence. And by doing so, we can continue to receive divine blessings. We can continue to hold a connection with what has always been there to support us, with the people and everything. And we can continue to thrive as a whole tree, not just what's above the ground. So I hope you can always maintain your spiritual connections with not only the people that are alive, but those who have passed away before us. Just thinking about them, just calling their name, just by looking at their picture and praying that they're spiritually saved, we can establish connections, or re-establish if you have forgotten about them. Thank you again so much for listening. Take care and be safe. Thank you for joining today's service, a memorial service. I'd like to introduce a message from the founder Konko Daishi. The message was given to Sato Mitsushi. I inquired, Konko-sama, since you said advocates that we'll go to the Pure Land after we die, and Shinto priests say that we will go to Takamagaha. The many religions and different teachings. So will our soul go in separate ways after death? Konko-sama inquired, such a thing will not happen. We will neither go to the Pure Land, nor to Takamagaha. The souls of those who die, having nowhere to go, hover and play like gnats between heaven and earth. They exist and play at the household Buddhist altar and at their graves. This goes for not only Shinchu and Shinto, but for the Shingon and Tendai sects as well. The people living in this world, if they do wrong to others or go against the heart of Tenchi Kainoka, the spirit will be admonished by Kami-sama after death. Those who worship eternal spirit through Buddhism say that the spirit of such people have nowhere to go. And those who worship Shinto say that those spirits will become evil. Thus, we must not do wrong in this world. Tenchi no Kami-sama is watching through his eyes of heaven and earth. For as long as you live on earth, he will watch you from heaven. According to an old saying, heaven knows, the earth knows, and you know. Tenchi no Kami-sama knows all because heaven sees all. You may well know that the left eye is the Tenshi and the right eye is God Tenshi. No matter how much you open your eyes, without the radiance of the Tenshi God Tenshi, you can see nothing. Even with the radiance of the Tenshi God Tenshi, if your eyes are no more, they will see no light. Perhaps now you understand what it is to receive an eternal soul. Quoted from Kyoden Korika number 2, Sato Mitsushi number 28. A few years ago, the interfaith community took up this subject of where do we go after we die? It was interesting, even those delicate believers of each religious sect and tradition do not have concrete ideas about this nation of the soul after departure from this world. Though the founder was given a few days of observing the world after death, he never elaborated about what he has seen about it. It can be the greatest blessing that the world after death is unknown to the eyes of the living people. If we have not the choice of coming into this world, we live in the midst of the blessing Tenchi Kainokan and depart from this physical world without knowing where we go. As the founder Konko I read it, people are too self-centered. At birth, even the intelligent and righteous have no concern about lucky or unlucky days. They are concerned about such days only after birth and before death. They die without concern for lucky or unlucky days. While I was holding the service, I just remembered a message from the Reverend Norio Sak, the foreign minister of the Konko Church, gave in Japanese, 神祭る心に神はいますなり、忘れ我が身を神の宮へ。Kami resides in your heart. In responding to your extended reverence, try to regard your whole physical body as his shrine for Kami.
前に親思う心に親は言わせない。守りは身を親と思いて。Your parents reside in your heart, responding to your extended loving heart. Try to take care of yourself as your beloved parent. So, 神様、御霊様が respond to our extended heart. This is a very vital element of relationship to 神様 and 御霊様. And thank you very much. Please join me for the coronavirus pandemic. I see exhibition of sincere and single-heartedness in the concerted efforts of the authorities and healthcare workers and the population in the world to cope with the COVID-19 that not yet stabilized. So many people in the world have been affected so badly. So the righteous power of Father K. Konko, I sincerely and single-heartedly pray that the pandemic will calm down as soon as possible and will regain normal lives. We might think for all the years. Everything takes place in the life-sustaining blessedness provided by the kind of knowledge. Thank you. きやみ本校大天地神の神真に願い我が家は心にあり今月今日で頼めきやみ本校大天地神の神真に願い我が家は心にあり今月今日で頼め
Page. Push on your page.
Page blue. Page 24. Oh, this one. Page 24. Number 11.
Number 11.
Page 24.
Number 11. 私読む先に。はい。11. Before you dig a new well or to replace an old one, you should hold a ceremony in front of the old well to pray to the water deity Suijin. Then you should ask permission to change the well's location. If you only want to close an old well and fill it with dirt, you should make an altar to worship the water deity at another location, or you may make a request and leave everything to Tenchi Kane no Kami. However, you should make a request to Kami about the direction of a new well.
12.
はい。
12. You may worship the small box that
when someone in your family contracts smallpox.
Oh,
Smallpox.
the corona deity.
Smallpox.
The
Oh.
spring, summer, autumn, winter, tree, fire, soil,
Soil.
mineral,
Soil.
mineral water. North, east, gate of demon. South, east, gate of wind. South, west, gate of earth. Northwest, gate of heaven. The four gates in Taoism are mentioned above are also called the gate of Kami.
はい。
14. People sometimes say that Konjin is in their house to upset their family. At other times, they stay away from a house that is said to be cursed. However, those who practice faith should feel lucky when he is in their house because they can expect Konjin to protect them and their family will become prosperous. 2. There are people who say that they have been punished by Konjin, but Konjin does not punish. Those people interpret their experiences as punishment from Konjin.
15. There are people who construct buildings and make marriage arrangements as they please without asking permission from Kami. They think it is alright to do such things because they practice faith in Kami. Those people are scolded by Kami. Doing things as they please is alright, but they should also make requests. People ask specialists to check the days and directions when they plan to construct a new building. But these specialists check only the starting date. This is because they know nothing about what will happen to people in the future.
What number?
16.
16.
16.
Page 26.
Yeah. If you rely on Kami for everything, you will have nothing to worry about in your life. If your children, grandchildren continue to practice faith, your family will prosper the generation to come.
And 17, even though you ask shamanistic practitioners about your influences, they can only tell you what you have done in the past. You may be happy to know that these things, but you will not know your future.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good morning. おはようございます。ただいまから歌を歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing a song, 4 songs. よろしくお願いいたします。持ってきたの？
い
68. Chinese human like 846. 漫画じゃん。漫画じゃん。
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, surrounded in my heart. Still I know, even when as small as I can run to someday and find a shining, shimmering
We are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. 間違えましてすみませんでした。I'm sorry, mistake. So please take care and have a nice weekend. Oh, no. ありがとうございました。ウィークエンドじゃなかったな。ウィークエンドやった。
ギアミ本校来日天地神の神主に願い、我が我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。ギアミ本校来日天地神の神主に願い、我が我が心にあり、今月今日で頼め。Thank you very much for joining us again. We hope you have a wonderful new week. Take care. Bye-bye.